And we're back with another episode of A Sampler Pond. As always, there you have JJ, I'm Javi. And today, we're going to talk a little bit about what has happened the last couple of weeks in wrestling. Kind of our thoughts on that. Not really anything date specific. But the other day, JJ and I were kind of talking about what was going to happen with Roman Reigns. Is it really going to be Roman Reigns against Cody Rhodes in WrestleMania 40? Is it going to be The Rock versus Roman? Is it going to be Cody versus Roman? Is it going to be Roman versus Cena? Roman versus The Rock versus Cena versus Cody? What is it going to be? I mean, at this point, what?
I say you just added that one at the end.
And I wasn't even looking, but yeah, because the thing is, it almost seems I have no idea what the purpose of The Rock was. Is he going to stay or is he going to go? Have they even said anything? Because it seems like he just showed up, which is cool. Don't get me wrong, I appreciate it. But
like John Cena, like 2 weeks ago, he was like, "Hey, like, welcome back," or something like that. Usually, whenever you say "welcome back," it's kind of like, "You're gonna be here for a little bit."
No, I mean, it'd be great.
What I mean? I mean, like, realistically, the actors are on strike, so it's like he's probably not recording anything.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like, I don't want to get my hopes up on him coming back and he doesn't come back. You know what I mean? So like, I hope he does. Mm-hmm. But it will be crazy, like if they do for WrestleMania, like a fatal 4-way between him, John Cena, Cody, Roman Reigns, and Cody Rhodes. It will be like,
that will be the slowest match in the history of the planet. All you need is Undertaker as a special ref, and that is it. It'll take forever.
I legit think Roman Reigns will carry that match.
No, if it was that, Cody. In terms of carrying the match, Cody, he's not. He's not your favorite. In ring, he's really good.
Yeah. But what will happen is Cody Rhodes gets knocked out for like 20 minutes. He comes back, has a heroic run. Hey, but he's the champion. He has a heroic run, and then he somehow wins, and then he has the new champion.
Okay. So, yeah. Well, and then you're gonna have, and then what's going to happen is you're going to have Jay and Jimmy outside fighting,
confused about
doing the whole thing. They don't know what to do. They're going to hit somebody, but they don't know who to hit. And then you're going to have Solo just screaming randomly, and he's going to start Simone spiking everybody. So, and Simone spike himself. He's going to be like, ah!
Paul Heyman gets in the way. Simone spike. Umaga gets in the way. RIP. Simone spike. It's like, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, so where do you think this should go? Because this whole thing of, like I've said a few times, I'm sick and tired of this whole thing of Cody finishing his story. Like, I honestly don't care. His moment was WrestleMania 39, didn't happen, move on.
The thing is, like, he's still not even on the SmackDown roster, so, like, he either has to win the Money in the Bank from somebody, from Damian Priest, or he needs to win the Rumble, or that's it, right?
Well, it depends, because Damon can cash in at any time. They probably have that as a backup plan, as a if something happens, somebody gets hurt or whatever. Hey, you always have Damon with the briefcase. But then you can remember you have both titles, so you could have Damian just going straight for the heavyweight championship. Or what if Damian wins the heavyweight championship and then whomever wins the Royal Rumble goes for that title instead of the one that Roman has? So that they could easily make it work that way. I mean, it's almost simple math at that point.
But my thing is, like, how are you gonna have Cody Rhodes finish his story?
I don't care. Like, why does it even have to be now? Seriously, why does it even have to be now? And why does it have to beat Roman Reigns? Because, like I've said before, where is their story? Where is their story between them? There is nothing there. There's no rivalry. So how are you gonna have a big finish to a rivalry when there is none? And that to me is more important. It's like Rock and Cena.
I mean, they had a month.
Well, Rock and Cena too.
A month to build up their storyline, and then it never got built. Realistically, it was Paul Heyman doing all the talking, and then Roman dissed him, and then he literally destroyed him on the mic, and then that was it. Like, and then we had the match. So it's like
there wasn't really anything to it. There was more of a story with Sami Zayn. There was more of a story with Drew. There was more of a story with Jay. There was more of a story with Jimmy. There was more of a story with everybody but Cody Rhodes. And that's my biggest issue. For example, when you had, like I said, Rock against Stone Cold, there was a story there, and they had interviews, and they were both like, "No, I like it, but I'm gonna have to whoop your ass. Like I have to win." And that's when Stone Cold turned heel here in Houston in Mania 17. So that was cool. But it gets to your emotions. You're like, because it means something. The Cody thing is more about his father than him. It's more about him carrying the Rhodes legacy than Cody Rhodes as a wrestler, and that's the part that bothers me too.
Well, the thing is, like, a lot of the fans are seeing Cody Rhodes as like the biggest babyface, just because he's like this clean-cut babyface type of guy, and it's like, realistically, like, bro, like. Come on, man. You got other people that could potentially fill that role much better, and it's not being pushed down their throats.
LA Knight is that guy.
Yeah, LA Knight has been literally doing it.
It was organic. The whole thing was organic. They didn't push him to the moon. He forced them to push them to the moon. And he's so
Cody Rhodes. Are we Cody Rhodes haters? No, we're not.
He's a mid card. He's a great mid card wrestler.
Yeah. We're seeing early Roman Reigns all over again.
Cody Rhodes to me is like it's kind of at that tier with like your Sami Zayn's type deal, which they can have a main event match, but they're never going to win the title.
But the craziest thing is that he beat Brock. Like, come on, man. Like.
Yeah, but then what are they doing with it? Who cares about it now? That's the thing. There's no follow up. No
shit.
Nobody cares about it.
I brought Jey Uso over. So yeah, and then they've been like struggling to figure out who's getting traded to SmackDown, which realistically is probably going to be him.
I think they even stopped that because now the whole thing with Fox letting go of SmackDown next year. Things may change a bit, so I don't know if they're going to continue the draft or what the heck's going to happen. I don't know if Raw's going to stay on USA or what they're going to do. Because
SmackDown is going to be on USA now.
Yeah, so now we don't know if Raw's going to stay on USA or not. I mean, it would be cool if it ended up on NBC, on regular NBC, like on Monday night, on prime time, on a regular channel, kind of like Fox. That'd be great. No. That would be great.
No.
Why?
Because, bro, they're not. NBC wouldn't want to buy them, especially whenever NBC covers. Oh wait, I'm sorry. No.
Bro, USA is part of NBC.
No. I was gonna say NBC covers Sunday Night Football. ESPN covers.
Yeah, Monday. So they have something to fight against them. To have something there, which
because realistically, ain't nobody gonna be fucking tuning into wrestling like whenever Monday Night Football is on.
And they do have, and the ratings do go down, granted, because there is some cross audience. If you're gonna say
I know you ain't gonna like this idea,
but I'm not. I'm not a huge fan of football, so I'm still gonna watch wrestling regardless. And you're still gonna have people like that.
But you didn't even watch tonight.
Because we're recording right now. So.
Whatever. You don't even watch the first hour. I don't even want to hear shit.
Hey, but man. I already know that Cody Rhodes was opening the show, so we already know what he wants to talk about.
What I think it will be the smart choice will be you move NXT to Mondays and then put Monday Night Raw on Tuesdays.
The problem with Monday Night Raw as an institution, it's almost in wrestling, it's like Monday Night Football. Like that'd be really hard to.
To be honest with you, I never even thought about that.
Yeah, at least that one's kind of hard to do. I'm not opposed to it, but actually, what they should do is just put it on Wednesdays against Dynamite and just crush it all together.
NXT or
Raw on Wednesdays.
They'll probably fucking stink it up, bro. Just 3 hours of bullshit.
No, but just to end Dynamite at that point, just to take them out once and for all.
Take them out of its misery.
Yeah. Yeah. So
because realistically, the Saturday show is better.
Yes, by far. Which I still have to watch that match. Yeah, I still have to watch that match with Ricky Starks and Daniel Bryan. Apparently, it was really good. Well, Daniel Bryan's always going to put on a good match.
He
always
always will.
Yeah, it's like those matches with Roman, beautiful. The matches with AJ Styles were classics, clinics. But all right, so going back to what we were talking about, and where do you think Cena fits in this whole thing? Because if Cena's going to be out for a couple of months, because even if they end the actors, because apparently the writer's strike is about to end, but the actors strike hasn't ended. And even if it ends, it's going to take them time to kind of get back into the groove. Everybody's going to be in different places, so...
I wouldn't mind seeing John Cena versus Roman part 2.
Okay.
I think it will be fun. I think it will be good for the kids.
Yeah.
But realistically, like, Roman is going to win. Like, there is no chance that he's going to lose to fucking John Cena.
No. Now, what do you think about them having night 1 and night 2? Like what we had spoken about over the phone. Do you have Cody
Roman versus
Cody? Yeah, well, you have Cody versus Cena, and then Roman versus Rock, or however you want to mix it up.
And then everybody gets like something to look forward to.
Yeah, because we're talking about literally with all of those people is going to be their biggest match ever.
Yeah,
which is going to be kind of interesting because even. Like The Rock going against Roman Reigns, that's going to be one of his biggest matches ever. Maybe in terms of family, the most important he's ever had.
That will be like Hulk versus Rock level.
Yeah.
Or maybe higher. I don't know.
No.
Like it's tough. It's tough to call because it's like the old school against the new school.
Kind of.
Back in those days.
You know what? You are right because basically Roman would take Rock's spot and then Rocky's taking Hulk's spot. So yeah, that makes sense. But then you have also Cody Rhodes because you also need a worker to be able to carry the match. And I think John Cena, you can tell he's lost a step or two, and he's being a little bit more careful. I don't blame him either because he's making a ton of money on Hollywood, so he can't go too hard either. And he's not getting any younger. So you can have Cody against him. It's going to be a safe match. It's going to look good. And hip toss? What do you say?
Yeah, hip toss.
Tackle. so then I think it would be a very safe match. And Cody beating John Cena, it's not going to hurt Cena's legacy at all. And it's going to make Cody look like, oh my God, he actually beat John Cena. For real. Like he beat him.
I don't want to see that. I'm sorry.
But tell me what bigger, like if you're going to have the same people, if you're going to justify Cody versus Roman in WrestleMania and you want to do kind of like a quote unquote mini tournament, tell me what bigger match could you have Cody involved in? Other than Roman or Rock. Who else?
I think Cody will have to go against Seth Rollins.
No, because remember, he's involved with the other title and all that other crap.
I'm just throwing shit out there. I really don't want to see that match. That's all.
But it makes sense. And at least on paper, it would bring people because then you're gonna have people wanting to see that because of John Cena. John Cena, even
he sells tickets.
I think he might actually be more popular in terms of ticket sales and everything than even Rock, as crazy as that may sound. I mean, because all the kids know who John Cena is. Not all the kids know who The Rock is, as popular as The Rock is. The Rock is more of an adult guy. Obviously, he's a little older.
I'm sorry, children, if you don't know who Dwayne The Rock Johnson is.
Don't.
Your mom should have...
No, leave it.
But... realistically, I would like to see the match that I would like John Cena to see is Grayson Waller versus John Cena.
No, I don't want to see that.
What? I think that would be cool.
I don't want to see that for a reason because Grayson Waller is going to have to win for it to mean something, and what happened with Austin Theory, that nothing really happened after that match. He went downhill after that match with John Cena. I don't want to see the same thing happen to Grayson Waller. Granted, I do think Grayson Waller is better than Austin Theory. And even when they brought him up, I was like, hey, he's the guy. Forget about Braun Breaker, forget about all these fools. He's going to be the guy from NXT.
They just need to bring up Carmelo Hayes, but realistically, I think he's going to be a...
Carmelo, for whatever reason, the part that bothers me about him is I think he doesn't seem as confident. For whatever reason, he gives me the impression that he's not confident. I don't know why. There's something...
He's going to be an NXT guy.
And he's amazing, but he's going to be like your champion.
Great. Yeah, unfortunately, like Vince McMahon is going to be right there.
Well, you never know, because apparently they're saying that they may have to get rid of Vince McMahon because of all the problems and stuff. And now it's a bigger company, so now there's going to be zero tolerance for anything.
Yeah.
And talking about that, we had Matt Riddle, which we didn't talk about last week, but he's gone. Another prediction from his sampler pod. We said that a few months ago.
Right.
He should have been gone. And we don't have you don't have to be that smart to figure it out either. But the guy's had a bunch of problems outside of the ring, especially, and the guy in ring is not bad. He's really good. He's credible. But come on, man, you can't be such a clown. Like, and I'm sorry to say, and I hate to see anybody lose their job like that, but come on, bro. Like, you can do better. And hopefully he gets everything straight. Maybe, hey, he might come back. He may come back, because that guy goes to the Indies, I'd be afraid. Huh?
That is the original.
No,
bro.
I always wanted to see a vicious Matt Riddle, like just an ass kicker, just like a Shamrock type of guy, huh?
Don't even talk.
Yeah, just go there, because he can. That's the thing, like, for real. Like, he can actually whoop somebody's ass. But he was always like, oh, let me jump up, and all of a sudden butterflies flying out of his ass. Like, come on, man. Like,
but realistically, I can't take a fighter serious whenever they paint their nails. Like,
you know what the sad part is? He's still gonna whoop your ass with painted nails. That's gonna be even worse for you. Yeah. That's gonna be worse for you.
Yeah.
Look, bro. Look it.
Look at my nails, bro.
You like him now?
Pink today.
And he's gonna That's the that would be worse. But hey, best thoughts to him, and hopefully gets back on his feet like everybody else. The other thing is, I'm not sure, because they were talking about that she may debut was Jade Cargill.
I think she's gonna be good.
She's the only thing she's missing is training. She has everything. She has the look. She has the athleticism. She's imposing because she's super tall. She's strong. She has everything in a WWE superstar, and she's not that bad on the mic. She's a little cringe sometimes, but she's not. What?
They need her raw.
Well, they need her on. What I think is she needs to go to Florida to train with Natty for like 2 months straight. Get her straight.
I was gonna say, talking about Raw and the women's roster, we're getting in, like, you know what I mean, like, but I am loving what Nia Jax is doing, and like, I'm actually hyped for her, and I hope that she wins the title. Like, I hope that she just dethrones Rhea Ripley. I think it will be hilarious, like, low key. Well,
I think they needed to get her off of the stove, because she was getting way too much heat with everybody. It was like, oh yeah, you're injuring people. It was almost like Ridge Holland type deal right now.
Now so I think she's injuring everybody.
Well, but at least she hasn't hurt anybody, which is good. Yeah. But I'll give her credit that, hey, she came back. She got into better shape and everything. She's moving good. And you know what? Maybe that's what she needed. Sometimes people need it. Sometimes people need a kick in the ass to kind of get straightened out. And guess what? Hey, she may come back and she may do incredible things, because she's somebody that has a ton of potential. Unfortunately, she wasn't very safe in the ring. Granted, now it's a little different, because now you have Raquel. Now you have what's her face? You have Rhea Ripley. You have other people that are big too. When she was around, she was like the only big girl there. You have Doudrop. What's her name? Piper Niven. So you have a few people, and even some other women.
Say Pete something.
Pete Dunne.
Pete Piper. Yeah.
Pete Piper.
I don't know about, like,
fucking flute.
Yeah, like, but I was tripping for a second.
No, but then you had. So you do have more options now for somebody to fight against her credibly. Even somebody like Shayna Baszler can face her, and she can beat Nia and not look like, oh my god, that's crazy. But when you used to have like Alexa Bliss, you had Naomi wasn't that little, but she wasn't that great in the ring. Aaliyah, you had Alexa, shut up. Good God.
Liv
Morgan, Alexa Bliss. You had Carmella, yeah. What's her face too? Sasha Banks. They're all smaller. So when you put them next to Nia Jax, it's like, how in the living hell are they going to beat her?
Goliath.
Yeah, but it was like, we're not even talking about like Hogan against Andre the Giant. We're talking about Rey Mysterio against Kevin Nash. That's what we're talking about, which is just like, yeah, it's not going to work. Because at least if they were, stronger, like I said, Shayna's not the tallest person, but she's strong and she has a pedigree, and you can understand that she could literally but whoop Nia's ass for real. That makes sense. And then you have the bigger girls where you have Raquel, you have taller, yeah. Well, taller. I mean, they are bigger. I don't mean like in wide. I just mean like taller, like bigger, whatever.
I'm watching you.
Well, I hope so. But anyways, so hopefully they can do something with her. She always looked more like a WWE person than she did an AEW person. AEW did not have they had the personnel to train her, but they didn't have the women wrestlers personnel to be able to turn her into a star, which she needed to do. She needed to be in NXT, which she tried, but they didn't get her. I think Mark Henry was the one that got her into AEW, but she needs, like, if she went to NXT, I know she's a relatively big name and she would be kind of a big splash, but I'd like to see her have like a good 6 month to a year run in NXT and get really good in the ring, because she has the physical attributes to do it. Now it's just a matter of she can put it together.
My only thing is, like, will she really sign with WWE just to go to NXT though? You know, because like usually all these big indie wrestlers, they're like, no, I'm like bigger than what I was. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I should be in the main roster.
I don't know, man. She ain't Samoa Joe. And even Samoa Joe went to NXT, bro. Samoa Joe, true. Finn Balor, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn. All these guys are way bigger than Jade Cargill is.
I was gonna say, but Jade Cargill, she was the AEW champion for a while, right?
Yeah, but it's like saying, I don't know. The Broncos beat the local high school team.
Barely, I doubt it.
Even then, it's like
at that point, I doubt it.
48 to 42. Yeah. You're like, what? How did that happen?
Yeah, I fucking doubt it.
So
with that defense, they probably would give up 100 points. But yeah.
They'll stop the game because the kids need a rest. That's it.
Yeah.
But with Jade, I do think that I think she needs to go to NXT and forget about ego. Because what's the purpose? Yeah, cool, you make a big splash and all that stuff. But in the end of the day, if you only last 2 years in the business, who cares? Because once you make it to WWE and then you're off of WWE, then what? And that's why NXT is so important. That's why a lot of these people, they rush to bring them up to the main roster and they're not ready. And what happens to them? They falter. Yep. They fail miserably because they're not ready. Not everybody can do that jump. It's a different animal altogether. And I'm not in the wrestling business by any means, but I'm just telling you about what I've been able to see. And you can tell when somebody's not ready, when they look like a fish out of water out there on Raw or SmackDown. And that's why, for example, let's say the Shield. Why do you think they had Roman Reigns with Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins? Why? Because Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins were already wrestlers for a long time, right? And then you had Roman, which is the guy, he was handpicked. He was going to be the guy. But at least you had these other two to protect him. Why? You had Dean on the mic and you had Seth in ring. And then you could give Roman time. And they still went to FCW before it was NXT. Went through that. They all had character changes. And then when they went to the main,
they all had a match together too.
Yeah. Yeah, which is the three-way match. Damn, now that I saw that years ago. Yeah. Yes. Actually,
and Roman won.
Actually, we should do no shit. No shit.
What do you mean? No, Roman actually did win the match.
It's okay.
Oh, like I'm just confused, like the way that you're reacting.
Because it's obviously they're gonna put Roman because he's the handpicked guy. Yeah, you're gonna pick Dean Ambrose with the whole. Yeah, he's gonna be the face of your company, right? No,
you have to.
Or Seth Rollins with the. But then they had him involved also with a little bit with the whole CM Punk thing, because they're putting like CM Punk was what that brought them in. At least it was a like a rub, for a short time. But hey, here you go. At least you're somebody. And then
CM Punk to WWE confirmed.
Hey, I love that. Oh, you forgot the confirmed, like Ollie Davis. Confirmed. But I think I do think that that was a good thing. That was a good. It gave everybody time to breathe and grow, and make their weaknesses better. Because look at Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins sucked on the mic. He's great on the mic. Roman Reigns sucked on the mic and didn't know how to tell a story. He's great at both now. Dean Ambrose,
GOAT.
Dean Ambrose was good at both. He just lost his mind and he got bored because honestly they didn't give him much either. You got to admit that he was also a missed opportunity in my opinion. But anyways, another guy, Dolph Ziggler's out. Appreciate his contributions and everything. Think it's gonna be better for him. Hopefully he goes to AEW and able to do some stuff. And your boy KO, which I told you were gonna come around to KO. I told you because we've been telling you since we started the podcast. Even Juan and I.
Not yet.
What?
Not yet.
What?
Did you catch the shit talking that Rick Boogs was doing on his podcast?
I heard something about. I read something about him saying that if Vince would have been around, he would have gotten his push or something like that.
Correct. So he was talking down about Triple H and how he was saying that all of the Triple H guys, like, they all get a push instead of the Vince guys and things like that. If Vince was around, that he would have gotten a push. Realistically, either Vince or Triple H, like, no, you would have not gotten a push. Like, you're just a comedy spot.
You see, Rick Boogs is another example of another guy that should have been in NXT for a while. Yeah. Why the hell did he put him in the main roster? Yeah.
He should have just stayed as the guitarist for Shinsuke. And then it would have been like his manager or whatever. Like, I would have been okay with that, bro.
Yeah, but remember, he tore his, I think it was his quad or something like that. And then in WrestleMania, when he was with Shinsuke as fighting for the tag team titles. So I don't know if you remember that. Yeah.
I remember that.
I mean, I don't know, but I think he should stop talking shit. I think the ones that actually did well were the Maximum Male Models. I listened to part of their stuff that they had on Twitch the other day, and I saw some commentary. It's cool because they said some mean things, but they're like, "Oh, come on, man, I'm just joking. Like, we're just joking," and that's cool. They were mature about it, and you could tell there's fire behind it. You know what? People like that, those are the people. You at AEW or Impact or whatever it is, those are the people you want. Why? Because they're willing to bust their ass up, they're willing to change things, and they're willing to go with stuff. Because guess what? That gimmick that they gave him was trash.
Yes.
That gimmick was trash.
And the gimmick that they gave him was
and
trash.
They committed, but they committed to it.
They did.
They committed.
Even with the short shorts and everything.
Yeah. And you know what? And to a certain extent, it was fun. Now, their downfall was Pretty Deadly, because then Pretty Deadly fills those shoes and Pretty Deadly's ready to go. Pretty Deadly's way better than they are.
Bro, Pretty Deadly's legit. Like, they need to split up these titles, these tag champions, and they need to be the champions up in SmackDown.
Yeah, but like I said, those are the people that you can appreciate. Like Mustafa Ali, he's somebody that works his ass off too. He's great in ring. He doesn't have to even talk. Just send him to go to Japan or go to AEW and have some great matches. Have like a little tour. Look at what it did to Cody.
I think he's
Look
gonna
at what it did
go
to Cody.
To New Japan, and he's gonna have like a 15 star match.
He's
try
great.
To say that fast. Try to say that fast.
He developed a lift and everything. Cody Rhodes. See. Nothing wrong with Cody Rhodes so much. He with the lift.
Like, bro, try to say that fast.
15 star math.
But it's true. It's true. I think he's gonna have a crazy match over there with what's his name?
You have Will Ospreay,
Akira Tozawa,
bro. No, with Okada. Okada's good. Sonata's good. You have a few people over there that are really, really good wrestlers. But quick thing. Sheamus apparently he's out with a shoulder injury. That's why we haven't seen him, according to Dave Meltzer in the Wrestling Observer. Randy Orton apparently was seen at the Performance Center. He even said hi to some people and everything. Supposedly, when people are going to the Performance Center, is because they're getting ready for a comeback. Which I hope so, because he would fit that role. If the role that I've been saying that would be great for CM Punk, like I said in that other video, to have like a little feud around the Royal Rumble time for Roman, that could be Randy easily. And Randy can go. And we know He's a great storyteller, and he could actually be the one to try to turn Roman face because he can be more vicious than Roman has ever been. When Randy's vicious, when he's the Viper, he's almost as bad as Triple H was when he had his Reign of Terror. Yeah, and it worked, and he's believable at it too.
Triple H.
Hey, you know, man, what are we talking about?
Fucked up so many things.
Like what?
Like the storylines. Get your storyline straight, bro. Especially Monday Night Raw.
Okay. Now,
SmackDown is not run by Triple H.
What do you mean? Who's it run by?
No, like it's mainly written by somebody else.
Well, all of the shows are written by. Well, all of the shows are written by writers, and then you have Triple H kind of sprinkling his own thing. It's been like that for years before it was Vince.
I personally think that we, like, whenever it comes to the feud between Vince McMahon writing and Triple H writing, it goes like with Triple H, it feels like we go 5 steps forward and then we take 10 steps backwards. You know what I mean? Every single month, after every pay-per-view is the same. I understand after every pay-per-view, it's supposed to be kind of like a reset button. You know what I mean? But it's that.
Now his pay-per-views have been great.
Pay-per-views, yes.
And that's the most important thing because that's what sells.
Yeah.
Because in that case, and I get where you're going, but it's still better than it was 3-4 years ago. So it's not perfect. It's not. No, I'm talking about even before that, even before COVID, even before that, it was quite terrible. Like, it was not good. That's when remember, right before that, they started having like, oh yeah, the worst Raw, the history of Raw, whatever it is. They had a bunch of those
Raw
like that.
Was like the other day. Like,
yeah, with the Monday Night Football.
Numbers,
but it was when the first Monday Night Football, which that normally happens. But this was like on a regular Monday Night Raw that they had. There's no football, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know. All I wish I got was consistency. That's all. Like, I just want consistency.
But Vince wasn't consistent either, and that's the thing. Like, Vince in the last few years was not consistent. There was no follow up to anything.
He's like 85 years old. Bro.
I know,
like,
but and then again,
inconsistent.
Well, and
he
then
can't
again,
even consistently pee and not hit the toilet. Like,
God damn it, here we go again.
Exactly.
I can pee perfectly.
You gotta sit in the urinal or whatever.
But he'll miss in a pool. But yeah, but that's the thing with. And plus the fact, let's be honest here, nobody's ever gonna be Vince McMahon. He's the GOAT.
No.
He's the GOAT, and as good as Triple H. Triple H is very good in ring. Oh, Triple H is way better than Vince. Not even close. Not even close. Storytelling wise. That's Vince's thing because Vince invented the whole entertainment part of wrestling. That's what he did. That's his claim to fame. It's kind of like you're a Chicago Bulls fan, and when you see Derrick Rose not getting to the title, it's disappointing. He's never gonna be Mike at that point.
As disappointing as my fantasy football matchup.
It was pretty bad.
Yeah.
It was pretty bad.
The Il Sampler Pod edition of fantasy football. Let's see, what's the score?
And I was actually rooting for him today.
He was rooting for me. Right now, the score is 207 to 154. Hey, I broke the 150 mark, bro. Like, I'm just gonna say that. Look, if anybody's gonna win it, I hope you win it. All right, or my brother. That's it. Nobody else.
Hey man, at least your brother beat one of the undefeated guys, one of the last guys that were left on. So I'm cool with that.
That guy.
Yeah. Now we just have one more.
Yeah.
I don't know. Am I going against him next week or what?
I don't know. I should have beat him last week, but I lost by 10 because my guy got hurt, and he's out for the season now. Of fucking course.
JJ, what do you think the Tribal Chief's going to say about that? Have you called Roman Reigns?
No.
Have you called the Tribal Chief?
He would have said you should have suited up, and then you should have gotten those points. And like realistically, if I had the chance, I would have. Probably would have gotten those 10 points too.
Do you think the Broncos should have Roman Reigns go into the locker room and give him a speech?
I think so, bro.
It's probably going to be via satellite because I don't think he's going to bother to show up. It's going to be over FaceTime. Not even FaceTime. It's going to be like it's going to be Zoom. It's going to be with a link. It's not even going to be like to their phone number. Nah, I don't want anybody to have my phone number. Like, no, just
then they're gonna be calling and be like, "Yo, where you at this Friday?" Because SmackDown has been ass since you have been on vacation. Like,
that's he's semi-retired at this point.
Hey man, he deserves it.
No, that's too much.
Move on to the next topic.
That's too much. Anyways, well, the last thing I wanted to talk about was we kind of touched about that a little bit. SmackDown USA. Apparently, Raw may end up in FX or something. They've been talking all sorts of weird things. I just hope that it doesn't end up in some random network.
I don't like FX.
Yeah, because remember, Disney owns part of it, so it may be Disney that ends up buying. I don't know.
I will be okay if wrestling and then the network was on Disney Plus.
They're going to do it. They're going to do it on Hulu.
No, why? They already have rated R shows on Disney Plus, bro.
Because Disney's not in great financial standing right now. They need to pump Hulu because they owe I don't know how much money to Comcast. I think it's like $6 billion or $7 billion to get Hulu or some crazy like that. And they're gonna have to buy it by next year.
I would have never gone Hulu. Like realistically, like.
No, me neither. But this might be a way to get people to get Hulu. If you force people to go on it, then it's the only my issue with that is that then you're gonna have a bunch of people that aren't gonna watch it.
Yeah.
You're not a bunch of people that live in the boonies.
Like realistically, a lot of people have.
No, but what I mean is like I don't. Of all the forms of entertainment, I don't think wrestling is the ideal thing to be exclusively online. Because there's a lot of people that watch wrestling that may not necessarily be the most tech savvy, and you have a lot of people that live kind of in the boonies and stuff like that. That unfortunate. I mean, you have people that are older. Honestly, I mean, I'm not making fun of anybody.
Look at yourself.
Shut up. You just want to get home, turn on your damn TV.
Look at himself.
Hit the clicker.
This.
I do. And you benefit from that shit, so shut up. So shut up.
Because I literally, I don't even watch SmackDown live. The only time
I'm gonna do like
I don't
The
even
Rock.
watch SmackDown live. Like I don't watch SmackDown live because I can't stand watching commercials. So I just mute my phone from 8 to 10, and then just to avoid any
what?
Any spoilers.
Any spoilers? Isn't that interesting? Yeah. By the way, guys, I have to say this. I'm almost doing it. Cross my leg and do like a CM Punk. I gotta get something off my chest.
He's dropping a pipe bomb.
So I'm driving home. I'm literally 3 minutes from the entrance of my subdivision, and then all of a sudden, a buddy of mine sends me an emoji. Like, oh my god, surprise emoji. I'm like, oh shit, SmackDown's gonna be awesome. Look again, The Rock, and I'm like,
it was not me, bro.
I was silent.
It was
it wasn't you.
You didn't have to believe me because realistically, he hasn't been in wrestling for like 4 years. So why'd you believe me?
Too big of a thing.
Why'd you believe me?
All of a sudden you're gonna say Eddie Guerrero. It's like, no, I know that's not real. Stuff like that. Like, no joke.
Oh my god, Hulk Hogan.
It could be, but I don't think you would be happy about that. Anyways, you wouldn't give a shit.
I will give 0 fucks.
You don't want to see the Pythons, brother. But anyways, all right, guys. So we're done here. Take care. Peace out. Bye.